can
Where do we move
withstand
next? What do we need? Where's the next
early game aggression from F1
The team that's playing for late game generally has a better macro.
He will not have fun down here.
All right, let's get this game
sure
started. But first,
he has
we've
a
got
Lion
RTK with
protecting him.
Case.
As we've seen in the last game,
RTK,
the
one of
Lion
the
not able to
original
provide that
true
much inside
Dota
the lane
guys.
phase, and
I will
as you said
take
too,
whatever
he's
you are
versus two
willing
of
to share with
the
us about
strongest
how you
laners
feel about
currently
the
in the
draft.
game. That's
跟跟我分享一下
So
选
could
完之后
definitely be a
感觉
tough
如
one
何
for paparazzi as we see immediately.
Good.
DY's like, I don't want to
Good.
leave. I'm pulling just to
You
get
know, like
the
a
creep from the tower.
50-50.
I think for Ame, it could be pretty safe. They could set
Very
kills on
fair.
Nexo, but he steps up too far. But
Thank you, good luck. Back to you guys.
Playing aggressive with that.
What sort of pressure is he going to be feeling? Is there going to be a certain level when suddenly this lane
extremely good for
a little rough
PSG
approach
coming off of
the
the
with X-Nova by his side? Is this a pretty safe
draft. We have drafted them
I
at
think for Ame, it
50-50.
could
A lot
be
of
pretty safe.
respect
They
there
could set
from
up kills
the
on
big man
Nexo, but he
himself.
steps up too far.
Looking at the two drafts, would you sort of agree with RTK on this one? You think it's a close one?
They both have their benefits, right? Like the strength hero, but Vici, they have very aggressive bracers and whatnot. They have stuns aplenty, lots of ways to lock heroes down, lots of ways to apply that damage, and lots of burst damage too, if they can control the map and if they can come out of their lanes well. But I look at LGD, they not only did pick a late game insurance, they also do have some pretty tough lanes. Jakiro, as we've seen, has been dominating most laning matchups. Same thing with Ogre, and same with ET. These three heroes, they're very strong in the laning aspect. So we'll see if Vici is actually going to be able to kind of run over and get that big advantage and get that map control that they're really going to need versus a Spectre line.
They've got to do it. They've got to do it quick because it's a similar problem down the line, right? There's going to be so much beef and brawniness on LGD's side that the late game is not going to be that one to
I
get
haven't
it
gotten to see
playing
this
the
set
Ogre
yet.
Magic.
Absolutely. He's going to beautiful Ori, Necrophos set.
He's got
I think they've got
the bird boy,
I want to say
at
least 5 or 6 range it denies now. I kept seeing him just making sure that they can pull the creeps onto the range over and over again. And paparazzi, they're kind of zoned him out of lane. He's actually having
switched it up a little bit
to the point that they have
so 14 last hits, but you see the 15 and 8 of the Ogre and even 5
draft
and 0
panel
of
was
the
saying, if
Jakiro.
they can get the ball rolling, start moving around with Ori, taking people out with Reaper's side, this game is going to get played at a pace where there's not necessarily going to be the same amount of space for Ame as he got in game 1. I mean, would you like to see Vici Gaming sort of switch it up? Maybe
PSG.LGD, they take the box, right? Early game, late game, middle game, they even have tower push thrown into it. With that Jakiro, with that DK last pick, they're going to have ways to also try to trade and take fights as well. And look to pressure those towers, while Vici is trying to do the same thing. Here we see the race to the top road.
It's not an easy one for paparazzi, and they open up the chance for first blood.
They needed that. They really did bail out paparazzi down here. And it's lined up perfectly. It was inside the creep wave too. It just was able to clip him.
There's somebody
right
getting
in the
through the
middle of
dagger
those.
like 10 seconds ago just to get the
He's at the start here, but immediately
not going to let you get two because the stun.
He will get aggressive on paparazzi. So then we see the lane swap immediately happening. X-Nova wanted to go up top. He has a sentry ward on the ET to be able to try to zone out Yang as best as possible. And they know Yang has the stun.
To chase them down, they just turn towards DY or get a axe out with the
both
dragon.
side lanes being
very careful with the position of both sides. Certainly having the game stun.
Lane carry versus this lane. I'm sure any carry
in these laning stages.
Oh my god, I would not want to be in that position of paparazzi right now either. It's pretty damn strong. As we see bounties coming up, paparazzi's going to make his way over the game. They got paparazzi down to less than a quarter HP of their first new combo, giving them the right place. And immediately we see the Miran is already moving. Fade initially wanted to get the first blood started bottom, just so they could get a good start from paparazzi. That's not going to be the case.
Continuing to trade kills down on the bottom lane, top lane, a bit of a dive.
Region on the bottom lane towards
Yang, but he's underneath the tower.
time goes on paparazzi.
No sound over, blowing their two spells.
See paparazzi
Again, the range creeps tonight. They get both those range creeps tonight. You see X-Nova prioritizing those, trying to shut down the second
game aggression from
F1
F1
challenge. Level 4, almost level 5, going to be going for that veil. Not have fun down here. We see a ton of magic damage coming out. Lion, of course, protecting him. As we've seen in the last game, Lion
with
not able to
Veil
provide that
Fire
much inside the lane phase. And as I said too, it's just so nice. Gives you everything, right? The strongest laner makes everyone do more damage. It makes you do more damage. Gives you HP regen. Yeah, it's just tons of sustain and all DY's like, I don't want to lane. I'm pulling a range just to get the creep from the tower.
Interesting mid lane. It continues to be absolutely dead even. Some people like 6 minutes in, sort of the closest trading and farm we've seen in the mid lane.
Is he going to be feeling? Is there going to be a certain level when suddenly this lane becomes a little rougher for the Spectre against the SK with X-Nova by his side? Is this a pretty safe, but as you say, with that missed combo,
I think for Ame, it could be pretty safe. They could set up kills on X-Nova, but he steps up too far. But I think Ame already got phase boots and a lot of aggressive on Yang. He's already preparing to go from height as early that X-Nova had. But yeah, the lanes are looking extremely good for PSG.LGD coming off of the start. Mid lane could be the one that changes, but we see Dragonite tend to farm really well, even if you're versus Necrophos now at this point.
Now I'm seeing it.
Heartstopper Aura, it's magical. You know, before in the past, it was pretty devastating because you're playing versus your strength hero, but now you pick up your bracers and whatnot inside the laning phase. Every little thing, it adds up and counts.
That extra bit of magic resistance. And talking about some of the items, Somnus, DK, Army on the Spectre. What's the build? Who's getting the Radiance this game?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we could see Ame just go for some type of Manta build this game. Just wanted to put the pressure on. I think we may not actually see it, but we'll see. It could still be the Radiance on the DK, the double bracer Radiance, but not too sure if we're actually going to see it on either of them.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what sort of approach they want to take as this game goes on. Let's see if we see any Midases cropping up in this game. There's a lot of potential buyers, as mentioned by the panel. And Chalice, he's going to be dreaming of Midas. Always that want to get it when you're playing the Ogre Magi.
Absolutely. He's gonna free farm down here. Like we see 13-8. I think they've gotten, I want to say, at least 5 or 6 range creep denies now. I kept seeing him just making sure that they can pull the creeps onto the range creep over and over again. And Paparazzi, they're kind of zoning him out of the lane. He's actually having to farm the pull from DY now. So 14 last hits, but you see the 15-8 of the Ogre and even 5 for 0 of the Jakiro. Very good early start for PSG.LGD as they're already a 1K advantage, and Spectre is not getting pressured. And whenever a Spectre is not getting pressured, you have to feel a bit concerned already.
I mean, would you have liked to see Vici Gaming sort of switch it up? Maybe if got Paparazzi starting himself up top in some sort of a aggressive lane situation against the Spectre?
Oops, they get the arrow.
They do. It's a long stun. I mean, they'll have it with the 3 of them. So, hey, that'll switch things around. Fade comes in to turn the tables on that bottom lane. A lane, as we've been talking about, was not an easy one for Paparazzi, and they open up the chance for first blood.
They needed that. They really did to bail out Paparazzi down here. And it's lined up perfectly. It was inside the creep wave, too. It just was able to clip him right in the middle of those. So the salvage at the start here, but immediately PSG.LGD will get aggressive on Paparazzi as soon as Fade leaves. They're going to try to set up
so much damage. And DY has to come in. Paparazzi just beaten entirely out of the lane as soon as Chalice and FY are back to chase them down. They'll just turn towards DY. Will get a Hex out, but the Dragon FY continues to breathe down the neck of DY.
Such a terrifying lane. Playing carry versus this lane, I'm sure any carry player is like, oh my god, I would not want to be in that position of Paparazzi right now either. As we see bounties coming up, Paparazzi's going to make his way over. Maybe try to set up for an arrow. As it will fly, but we'll be off the mark.
And they're chasing. FY's trying to turn. A big star still comes in from Fade, bringing FY down low. And Fade gets the Dragon. They'll lose Paparazzi in turn. Continuing to trade kills down on the bottom lane. Top lane, a bit of a dive coming in towards Yang, but he's underneath the tower. And Arme and next over already blowing their 2 spells.
But they're getting the range creeps denied. They get both of those range creep denies. You see X-Nova prioritizing those, trying to shut down the Sanking. Yang still having an okay time top though. Level 4, almost level 5. Going to be going for that Veil build this game as we see a ton of magic damage coming out for Vici, of course.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of success with the Veil first Sankings, I feel, here.
It's just so nice. It gives you everything, right? It makes you tankier, it makes everyone do more damage, it makes you do more damage, gives you HP regen.
You are going to see a Midas.
Tons of sustain and all the amount of pressure it can provide. Another range creep denied from Ame.
Yeah, interesting mid lane. It continues to be absolutely dead even. I feel like 6 minutes in, sort of the closest trading of farm we've seen in the mid lane.
I mean, Heartstopper just does 0 damage. It's completely counteracted by the bracers and the Dragon, but it's the arrow bottom.
Another poke on Chalice. There's 3 of them. Trying to chase, but as you say, with that missed combo, Chalice will be able to walk himself back towards the tower.
And I see he's already got phase boots and a gloves of haste on Chalice. He's already preparing to go for a Midas early on onto this Ogre Magi.
He's certainly going to go for this one. Has the Reaper's Scythe. One more Death Pulse and an ult will do X-Nova. He's trying to do his best to hide, but there's no escape for him. First kill there with the Scythe from Ori. With a bit of action and now towards bottom. They'll continue to try and go, but Fade, again, a little late with the follow-up arrow. Won't be able to find the connection. DY does line up the 2-man stun to stop Paparazzi from getting into any trouble as FY and Chalice try to fight back. The waves under the tower. Chalice will be able to continue to find a lot of farm from this bottom lane.
And look at this. Ori looked like he kind of wanted to take the rotation down bottom after he got the kill. You're playing versus the Dragon.
You
cannot leave your lane and the stacks when that DK farm is off.
This is going to be daunting for Vici Gaming. They're
like
going to
you said,
see
we're probably likely to see a Midas coming out this game. Samus excuses it up. getting those high levels on DK. Sure, the attack's fantastic, but it really is a lot about the towers. DK was they're amazing. Pressuring up top. Next, they have to start marching the next tower in front of the mid lane. I think running around his floor is their best option, while Paparazzi just tries to catch back up. But Paparazzi almost has his minus done, but I think they really have to apply the pressure. He's got to go prepare for that late game. I mean, you look at their draft and they have. We're hearing the crowd. I mean, they're
We've probably seen some games where we have like 3 minuses on the course, but in terms of the more going for it, so it's their first have to make something that we see every day in LGD. They say that's the best approach to this game. And if they can get away with it,
you see them running around as a
Vici Gaming, the heat is turned up even more. We said they have to play
fast. Look at how much focus PSG.LGD is putting on the mid tower.
LGD get away with getting 3 minuses online in the first 10 minutes of this game, the late game it's not going to be fun for Vici.
No, definitely not. You look at Vici's draft, them hitting buildings can be kind of difficult. They don't really have your natural tower push. I'm sure they can get kills that progress the towers, but them getting towers is going to be difficult. I think that's the idea behind these minuses from PSG.LGD. They're like, we just get triple minuses, we don't lose our towers, we're going to outscale. By a long shot.
And they really will. They really will. Vici Gaming, they've got to be looking at sort of the gloves of haste on all the 3 cores and saying, right, we've got to amp it up. We have to punish this stuff.
Yeah, we got to turn up the pace for sure here. As they're already starting to set up onto the mid lane here. 3% is available.
We'll be able to take out both Somnus and X-Nova.
Phase. Have a bit of a look towards mid.
Somnus level 7. Vici Gaming still looking to just put pressure on that mid tower.
At the least you can try and keep them away from the tower. Get some right clicks and a bit of a beat down on triple. I think they dragged it. At this early point, just play 2 braces and those early levels. It's a very, very tough ordeal. The space is there for Chalice to take that tower.
We needed to see Vici Gaming.
That's just going to fund the minuses even sooner.
They might get all 3 minuses. That's really emphasizing that they need to put the pressure on, and they do. Even though LGD tries to respond, Dragon Knight's almost approaching that one. Exo is limited. I think Chalice had like no mana going into the fight before it even started. We saw him like igniting, throwing some type of spells, and throwing his bloodlust on the tower. He only had like 60 mana, so yeah, PSG.LGD, they commit a bit too far.
On top of the line, he'll fall, Reaper's down onto the DK, but Somnus, he's got the HP to walk it off. The two Meteori of Nagam tries to step up with another stop from X-Nova, catches them out. It's 2 kills for LGD. Yang's trying his best to turn and get Arme. He will find the Spectre, but it'll cost him his life as FY with the Ice Path keeps the trade very favorable for LGD.
You know that LGD's loving that though. They are going minuses and they're taking the fight and winning the fight anyway.
Happy with any breathing room that they are given.
Yep,
You are going to see a minus on Chalice, Arme,
Chalice is getting a little unlucky on the multicast.
How do you beat that?
Oh, he'll get it eventually. It'll make up for all the ones that he doesn't get. Did he get the triple stack? He got the triple stack.
He did his job.
He did his job. But he's dead for quite a while now here. But you know what? He's probably pretty happy with that stack anyway.
Triple Midas.
Triple Midases and winning the fight.
Goodness.
That was Vici trying to get a fight so they can progress it into a tower.
BKBs.
Something going there. Magic resist. PSG.LGD. They bring everybody there to make sure they do not.
I just want to see when they're all out. So Arme's the first to grab his.
Somnus has.
There's Somnus's. And Chalice is one to be delivered to, but it's on its way. So let's have a look. I want to see the exact timing. We're watching that clock. So 10 minutes, 37 seconds in.
Man.
All 3 cores have a Midas.
Did he multicast it?
I think he did. I heard the sound.
No, he
did not. Okay. Are you sure?
He did not.
He did not. Okay. But they've all got Midas's fault. What do you do?
That just kind of like...
They're already at 2k lead. They're not losing any of the map.
Yang now also, while they do make this aggressive move down bottom, he has the blink dagger and he scouts the stack. This is important. Paparazzi has got Midas usage. It's off by 1 second.
And the stacks are there.
Midases and the stacks.
Oh man, this has got to be daunting for Vici Gaming. They're going to see all these Midases. And what do they do? What do you do?
They have to just start pressuring towers. Step 1. So you see Yang immediately pressuring up top. Next, they have to start pressuring the next tower, probably the mid lane. I think running around its floor is their best option, while Paparazzi just tries to catch back up. Paparazzi almost has his Midas done, but I think they really have to apply the pressure here for the other 4 here.
I mean, sure, he's nearly got his Midas, but there's already 3 on LGD. They haven't even got 1 on Vici Gaming.
Yeah, we're hearing the crowd. I mean, I
think they're just very excited about the Midas. I am.
Oh boy.
Vici Gaming have to make something happen ASAP.
They're looking for it though, right? You see them running around as a 3. This is the triple stun kill combo. They have Finger now for burst too, but look at how much focus PSG is putting on the mid tower. They're like, all right, get ready. We have
continuing to trade kills down on the
10 seconds. Rally everyone around that mid tower. Do not let them
he's nearly got his Midas, but Chalice. Midas is ready to use. A little bit of efficiency lost his waiting for the creep wave. Let's see if he gets a multicast.
He's priming it. Just use that ignite.
Okay. Doesn't want to step forward yet. That Midas, Chalice.
They'll push in, they'll push in. They're actually looking to set up instead.
They are. They're looking to go with the horn. Splitter coming down. X will come out for TY, but he gets dragged back by the ETO. They're on top of them with a brief fire. Yang tries to come in with the counter play, but the macro pie is down. FY making it ever so hard for Vici able to fight, and they'll jump with the start. So Reaper Scythe is there, and Vici Gaming will be able to turn, take out both Somnus and X-Nova. Ame is being chased. Paparazzi's got the lead in with the stun. The rest of Vici Gaming still looking to just put pressure on that mid tower. They don't want to try and waste time chasing the Spectre. They want to try and continue to get that map control. Take these objectives. Yang falling low. Actually leads in for more. Goes in with the stun. The follow from Paparazzi. They get challenged as well. They're looking to go with the pressure that we needed to see from Vici Gaming. They'll bring it out and they'll get that mid one tower.
I'm glad that they're really emphasizing that they need to put the pressure on, and they do. Even though LGD tries to respond and tries to fight at that one, they actually were pretty limited. I think Chalice had like no mana going into the fight before it even started. We saw him like igniting, throwing some type of spells, and throwing his bloodlust on the tower, but he only had like 60 mana. So yeah, PSG they a bit too far forward, and Vici, they start punching back, getting map control, asserting their dominance, trying to take advantage.
Radiant's structures have been fortified. Top tower. Can its end be drawing nigh?
Yang is going to be a big one to watch here soon, as he's going to be very close to the Blink dagger. So Blink is going to be looking to make more aggressive plays. It's going to be easier for them to set up for those arrows
top tower has fallen.
Back to the farm game for LGD.
Back to the farming.
More than happy with any breathing room that they are given.
Yep, X-Nova's like, that's Midas, I'll stack.
I tell you what, Chalice is getting a little unlucky on the multicast.
So he'll get it eventually, and it'll make up for all the ones that he doesn't get.
And anyway, what sort of builds are we seeing coming out after the Midases?
Definitely the pipe on Chalice. You look at the heavy amount of magic damage from Vici, makes a lot of sense. Always versus Necrophos is going to be excellent, as well as Sanking. And what? BKBs and magic resistance probably, and yeah, it looks like Ame's just going to go for the Diffusal. Radiance feels like it's a bit too slow if they're going to go for Midas. I think Diffusal is just a better item overall, because the supports just can't play. They just die super easily, and it comes out in an earlier time.
Trying for some sort of setup with the Moonlight. Mate, back on the tower. FY. That's not going to be hit by the first stun. Does turn for the fire, and that will allow Fade to find the connection with the arrow. They should have a good shot at getting this. Storm comes out to slow down Fade's damage output, but being sort of their main initiator. They are given.
Yep, X-Nova.
Not going to be hit by the first stun. Does turn for the fire, and that will allow Fade to
pressure going. They have the creeps, as you mentioned, with that Necrophos, so they want to keep trying to put it on to LGD.
It's tanky. I mean, and the correct.
To pick it up, so they're expecting that Vici Gaming is going to look to make something happen here.
He's ready for the horn play.
Yeah.
The counter play. If Vici Gaming do try and commit behind this tower, 20 minutes. Bounty rune control down the bottom will favor Vici Gaming. They'll find the first catch as X-Nova heads up to the high ground. Elder Titan's out of the fight, and another ancient stack taken by Paparazzi as Vici Gaming continuing to get themselves over to LGD's half of the map. And making it very apparent that LGD, with the triple Midases, they know that they're not really ready to sort of head into this 5v5. They have to give the respect to Vici Gaming and sort of give them space, even though it's on LGD's half of the map. They don't want to get close to them. They've got to let them sort of get away with taking these stacks and not trying to force a fight. All LGD need is time, and that time does have to be time without them feeding away unnecessary kills. They're playing it safe.
LGD needs every single one of the heroes currently in order to take any type of fight. Once they start getting more farm, their heroes are going to be able to take fights without every single one of them, but they're about delaying and waiting for the late game. Like the panel was talking about, draft panel, they say ET, Jakiro, these heroes are about stalling the game out, letting your carries farm, and let you get to that late game. Well, Vici, they want to be playing on these timings. They now also have the BKB finish on Paparazzi, so they want to just keep running, keep putting the pressure on PSG.LGD. Do not let them back up and keep this farm going. Do not let them get these tanky items. Somnus almost BKB finished. They've got Pipe and almost a Vessel now done on Chalice. So now they have options and Methuselah to kill that Necrophos a lot easier if the creeps do get popped. We can't dispel it.
Top lane. Creeps all the way around. Vici Gaming potentially ready to make a jump. And whoever comes forward here, and yeah, Yang's going to try. He's revving up the epicenter. He's in straight away to look for Alec. Pull up out on the top with the burst. They get the quick kill. Beautiful play from Vici Gaming as they set up for whoever comes to deal with that creep wave pressure. And it's pretty much the biggest kill they could hope for. Arme is the one that presents himself. And at this point of the game, you can't underestimate the magical damage that Vici Gaming's line up to. Yang, no fear as he jumps in, makes that play. Arme's off the map. The space is there for Vici Gaming to just continue this high-paced gameplay and say, LG
Someone's going to come back to defend this one. And yeah, easy little setup there. If it's the Dragon Knight, if it's Somnus there, they probably will not be able to set up for that kill as he's very tanky and he has BKB. Immediately when Ame dies too, he queues up a BKB himself. He's like, they're all magic damage. If I just get BKB, very similar to the last game, how the hell are they going to deal with me? The Sven is sure has that high physical damage, but it's difficult as a Sven to stick on top of a hero like Spectre, even though they have so much to say.
We're seeing some of the damage output numbers here, especially that magical. Look how much Yang and Ori are doing this game. And impressive to know, Yang being on par with Ori. And a lot of that damage sort of accrued in the laning stage when the Necrophos is just sitting there. It's a lot of damage. Yang, he's able to match that. So the two of them just being able to slowly bring down these tanky cores of LGD at this point in the game.
And look at this move. Immediately they see Ame on the map and they're like, go fight at the Spectre. We want to fight where he is because then he can't haunt away. If we have all of our heroes set up around him, he can't actually get anywhere away from him.
Is Ame going to show?
That's where they want to take that fight.
He's holding himself in the trees. They'll get some wards down. Vici Gaming start to get, again, some vision over LGD's half of the map.
They're just ready with their triple stun combo, their quad stun combo for whoever does show inside of that lane.
Who's going to show?
X-Nova. He's tempted.
DP's coming immediately as they'll look to try and turn God Strength pop by Paparazzi. They'll take down the ET. Somnus goes to the Dragon Tail Stone, trying to commit on to Paparazzi. Ice Path, Magnifies down. They're burning through, but getting the chance to put the BKB. Hex is out onto the Spectre. Paparazzi heads over. They're looking towards Arma. Gams in again with the Barrel Strike. Buyback. The 3-man's done. Paparazzi's holding his ground, but he's falling low. They have the damage this time. PSG need to turn around, take this fight back on their own turf. But big Reaper side comes out Arma, but he's now being surrounded. X-Nova, Chalice, and Somnus trying to finish him off. Green support, stops it out, and forces him to the side, but the fire of Somnus burns him out. They'll kill off Ori. And LGD, can they find much more from this? They're eyeing up Fade. Does have the movement speed to get himself away. This time round, Vici Gaming, they looked for action. They looked for a fight. LGD were able to stand tall, turn around, and take much away from Vici Gaming as that lead that VG started to build will get shut down. The finger, so that extra bit of magical damage that we've seen Vici Gaming be so successful with, it didn't fall into place.
Yeah, they don't have the finger right at the start there. You see Paparazzi gets that jump, but he's getting controlled. Look at how much chain stun comes out. 3 stuns, 4 stuns, the magic damage. He's already starting to tick down. Honk comes out. It's panic. Everyone needs to start running. Paparazzi, like we said, he gets a nice 3-man stun, but his BKB is about to wear off, and he just gets completely controlled right after that goes down, and he's too low.
And FY with a fantastic ice bath, just shutting off Yang from being able to re-enter the fight with the possible epicenter. It did not have the follow-up. And this is the worry for Vici Gaming. You know, Smiles there on LGD, they know that any time they win a fight with the greedy item builds that they've gone for, it's certainly going to be all Smiles in their booth.
Ooh, Somnus. Maybe he has to hide. They're hunting for him. He's TPing. Did they get a glimpse of him there for a second? They... Oh my god! That was like point.
I think that's as close as it gets. That is as close as it gets. Paparazzi had backup. That could very well have been a good shot of finding Somnus and killing him on his own. But he's out. Successful TP.
To bursting some of these targets, because this thing is that LGD, they don't really have with Vici. Right now they're setting themselves up around the Roche too, so if they can get a kill set up, they can easily bring that fight into the Roche pit for themselves. If they have the God Strength from Sven, so they can bring it down quickly. But it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find anything, and this time it's time wasted, where LGD is able to farm and get that information on the map.
Time is running
LGD's turn to smoke and look for the fight themselves. Ori is already starting to hunt kind of a bit down bottom. They know that Ame was here. But Ame, again, we see him doing this a lot. He backs up, goes TPs to the base. He doesn't TP to any other tower. He TPs all the way back to the base to be as defensive as possible so that he does not get ganked, because he can just hunt into the fights. He wants them to fight the rest of his team.
See what sort of a catch they can get. They are going to walk into the entire lineup of Vici Gaming. Vici Gaming can find the setup for the trees. Somnus keeps himself away as the BKB starts to end. There'll be a double buyback from Vici Gaming, both CY and Yang getting themselves back in the game. They're trying to find some sort of a catch, but as the buybacks come out, PSG.LGD, they just back off. They retreat and they lose nothing.
The instant disengage. It seemed like they knew those buybacks were going to come before they even happened. They were really just dancing around the fight, ready to back away instantly. They get the kill. Ame focusing heavily on the supports, as we see playing support versus Spectre is just not fun. He's able to instantly get those pickups onto the line at almost every start of the fights. They were very close though there to be able to bring down, almost being able to bring down Somnus. If they had Ori in a better position there, he could have potentially gotten that Reaper sight and they could have started the fight at a big advantage.
They're just throwing everything down onto the Dragon Knight at the start of it all. That little bit of a window for him to put that BKB and the smart, clean call to be made. Just get out of there.
And Yang the one who's, you know, the smoke got broken, so he immediately has to stun in, but then he just gets chain controlled. He gets Ice Path, Ogre stunned, DK stunned, and all the damage just starts burning and tickling away. And it's, I mean, Yang seems to be the really big important one for the team. He's really contributing so much damage when he does get those epicenters off.
It's almost as if Yang, rather than being the one to start the fight, he has to be the one to sort of sit back and make sure that he can get that epicenter off. They need that damage output. They've got to somehow follow up the initiation from the Lion.
They're gonna have another. They're gonna have to have another way to save him in particular. Like they have the 4-staff for Fade, so they're probably gonna have to prioritize 4-staffing Yang. If Yang does do like a blink stun to initiate for them to get like a follow-up arrow or something like that, they're gonna have to force him away so he can back up, reset, so he can get an opportunity to get that epicenter because they are seeming to need that damage when those BKBs go down. They're just too tanky, and the fights just get way too chaotic when there's a Spectre in the game.
So it definitely has to be respected. The fact that Vici Gaming are keeping level in farm, despite themselves being up against 3 Midases, just goes to show how much they're still able to get done. The question is if it is enough. As now with the slight gold lead going the way of LGD, you know that another bad fight for Vici Gaming is going to be when they begin to fall behind in terms of item progression. LGD, if we've got anything getting close to, or Manta style,
levels. They're about to have level 20 as well.
Yep,
they have the 21 on the DK, so that 210 GPM, we're going to see that gold really start skyrocketing forward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, the big one, like we said, the experience. That's what those Midases drive. It's a 10,000 experience lead for LGD, even if Vici is keeping the gold extremely close pretty much the entire game.
It really is so close right now in the money.
Just like last game too, right? Even though Vici wasn't able to take fights at all last game, they were at a completely even net worth the whole time in the game. So they're very efficient around the map, but we see this win probability. It's a Spectre proceeding into the 32-minute, proceeding into the later stages of the game, getting all these items built up. Not even just a Spectre with Bloodlust, and a DK also with Bloodlust, so they have high scaling potential.
Time to go with the smite.
They want the fight.
Spectre pushing out bottom. He has the Horn Arme ready to join them.
They scan. They're a little afraid to just walk up onto a high ground just here.
Paparazzi. Stepping forward. Get him with the blink stun. He needs help, but he needs it now. Force back. Will allow Paparazzi to be separated from PSG.LGD and Somnus. They commit both the Dragon Form and the BKB there. Chalice gets a nice multicast on the Midas.
Throws the Vessel onto Yang, making sure he can keep stopping the blink. The arrow.
Juked out by Chalice. They want to try and poke back at Vici Gaming. Somnus is going to be very weak for the fight without the ult or the BKB. And looks like they can't quite get a grab. Again, PSG.LGD, they're very good at this maneuver, getting in, and as soon as they realize it's not the situation, the terms that they want to fight under, they always get themselves out, and Paparazzi and the boys, they just can't grab any.
Chalice, the super beefy frontliner now. 3,350 HP because of that 40 strength.
Radiant's middle tower.
36 armor. You know, we love Ogre. Just look at his damage too, man. Plus 100 damage down. I love it. I love watching this hero. It's Vici. Looking to get aggressive here.
Fine.
They know that this DK does not have Elder Dragon form, so they're trying to catch something. The arrow will connect.
They do have gold strength.
They're gonna have to pop.
They're gonna commit heavily for this one. He's a big boy, Chalice.
He is so tanky.
That's 3 heroes trying to have a go on him. They barely bring him down below half health.
And that's what we were saying. Ogre, when you get that 40 strength talent, when you've got a solo crest and a pipe, it is not easy to bring him down. They need Ori.
They want to try and get something done with this god strength usage. They're into the pit.
It's going to be wearing out, though, and it's spotted. Doing Roast versus Elder type is not the easiest thing at all.
Moonlight Shadow, that's Vici Gaming. They want to try and poke for a fight. The ult's going to be up pretty soon for Somnus, though.
15 seconds. Another multi-cast by.
He's making the money.
That was I think that's the 3rd one in a row that he's gotten either a 4x or a 3x. Cash money.
You can see it there. 5,000 gold pretty much earned by this Midas.
Investment made it back in 2.4 times. Usually we'll not see that until way later stages of the game, but it's an Ogre. And they're smoked up. Like you said, they've got the Elder Dragon form. They're just looking to take fights now. There's no God Strength for 50 seconds for Vici. This is a very weak time for them. If they do get caught, Yang actually picks up the rune. They know, Ames knows this.
And he goes for the 2 bounty runes right underneath the noses of LGD.
Yeah.
All around. He's going to be able to get in and get away with it without any sort of fight kicking off. FY is starting to hunt.
Oh,
He's just down on the V. No, he saw him. What's going to be used? They're going to try and chase for this one. Fire track over to the side. Macropie is down. He's trying for the TP. Anything to cancel it in time. Yes, there is. Challenge with the stun. Holds back Yang.
as he'll get the bounty runes, cost him his life. He's dead for 90 seconds. As LGD, they can look to make a player at the least. Just be happy there's just 90 seconds more, but they can continue to work with the efficiency of their Midases.
They're gonna set up for the Roche. They have the Manta, the Diffusal, they have that high Desolate damage that comes out from Spectre if he does want to come into the pit. There's 70 seconds. They're gonna go in here for sure. With that solo crest too. Even caught PK form, he just scored.
They get the sun control, he's been forced down in the river. We'll have the chance to put the BKB. Turn, hit upon in the blast, onto Fate, holds him in place of X-Nova's ultimate. And always BKB, it's gonna wear off the pop the hurt, the ice path control again, by getting the power actually though. In all this, that's 3 rounds done. Has he got the damage? Been trying for Saunders, the finger comes out for DY. Reapers is there. Oh, he gets the kill, but he will fall. Paparazzi's still trying his best to fight for Arme with the BKB. Stay on the target. Double kill for Arme. Triple buybacks coming out from Vici Gaming. They want to strike back. They want to strike back hard. Paparazzi leads forward onto one dragging the ghost out from Ori, slowing down Arme. Stop from H-Snob is going to allow him some chance to disengage, but the chase will continue. F5 shuts down H-Gang. Ice Palm's there to block them off. They're still chasing that Paparazzi. He's in. Stuck with Chalice, holds him back. Arrow, Fade. Does he find the connection? No, will be duped up.
Now they're all rallied around the shrine here too. Ori still looking for more Chalice. He's gonna get Bloodthorn.
See if they're gonna get the pick off here onto the Ogre. He's so beefy, so much strength. They've already been able to turn and beat down DY. Another step from Paparazzi comes out, multi-gun onto Ori. Goes round, Guardian Green is healing him back up. Warcry from Paparazzi used to try and keep Ori safe. The BKB's back online. And they get Chalice, Yang, hear him coming in, but another Ice Sparkle F5 to shutting down any chance we have to get in. Paparazzi put the BKB, but that's 2 dead on Vici Gaming without buyback available. LGD, they've got the numbers. FY again, locks down Ori with the setup of the Ice Pump. Ori will fall, so will Fade. As these buyback plays. I mean, both this support.
Way too much.
There's still 40 seconds without the Necrophos, 20 without Fade. Mid-racks will fall, they'll push on for more with a good duration left on the Elder Dragonform. There's no reason for LGD to back off yet, as they will take this second set. From Vici jumping in as well, looking for a bit of a poke onto DY. There's the stomp. X-Nova controlling the Lion. In they go with the stuns. DY cannot escape. Paparazzi to get in. It's a big epicenter. They've killed off one. BKB popped by Paparazzi, but he has to get back. He's got to wait for the rest of the team to get in, or he's back in 10 seconds. Zhang, can he find the setup? Burrow strike, looking for the arrow, but the illusion blocking the arrow connection means that Arme can very easily sneak himself away, or at least try to. He's got the BKB, should be fine. BKB in a TP out gets him back to base. As again, LGD with another very successful disengage, only losing X-Nova off the back.
With Paparazzi. When you're forced to go BKB on a Necrophos, tough. $13K 30k gold lead. Experience approaching 30,000 lead as well.
Oh
Ghost
my
Plus
goodness.
is really favoring that Spectre now, of course, after such a strong mid-game with those triple Midases.
Yeah, they've got the advantage and experience in the real life in terms of making the runs here at TI, and they've got that experience advantage in-game.
That's for damn sure.
LGD showing Vici Gaming who's boss right now here in the upper bracket.
And they're all getting their level 25s. We have the 5.25 second Dragon Tail, of course, on top of the extra dispersion from the Spectre. More and more control, more and more damage.
And the Aghanims Dragon.
Did he get it? Oh, he actually got it.
He got it.
Yes! That was one of the things I've been waiting to see this entire tournament.
He's a showman, Somnus.
I mean, why not this game? You are playing versus pretty much all magic damage. I saw Paparazzi
How do you kill him?
And Paparazzi was doing like
but Dragon strap ready to push down towers.
dude, his magic resist is going to be insane. He's going to be having over 50% magic resist versus this lineup.
How do you kill it? How do you kill that?
With the Satanic on top, he even puts the treads away.
Oh,
all right, let's go.
He's
let's
ready.
Black Dragon.
This isn't even Somnus' final form yet. We're ready to see it. Vici Gaming are looking for the back tag. It's going to be able to find a jump on X Nova. How much they want to commit. The Hawk comes out, giving them the vision of all the appearances of Vici Gaming. Ori, he's leading it straight away with the BKB with Somnus. The Dragon is out, beating down to Ori. Ori trying to get back towards the rest of his teammates, but the BKB is going to wear off. Ori's in trouble. Stuns there. Ori's held down. Ori's done for 90. No buyback. Ice Pump. F1. He's able to get the connection onto DY. Two taken out as LGD chase down for more. Somnus jumps in, locked down onto Paparazzi. They have the chain. Paparazzi out of the game. GG is called, and LGD are one step closer to moving towards that Aegis 2-0. They'll knock Vici Gaming down to the left.
They just pulled out a triple Midas versus a heavy pressure damage, dispel damage lineup from Vici. Vici, they're lacking the tower push, but they were running around looking for kills constantly, but PSG.LGD, they make it work this game.
We're going to give you a chance, but after the game sort of went past